I'm Ben, and
I'm Emma.
yeah, and we're going to the Arctic in Canada, and we're going to Inuvik in the Northwest Territory, and the tour is going to be with Tundra North Tours as a company that we're working with.
They're going to leave Minneapolis in the morning, and they're going to arrive about the same time the next day in Inuvik, because it's a 22 to 25 hour trip with 3 to 4 stops, and they should be flying with Air Canada and Canadian Air.
So this is the second day, and the temperatures here are from negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's very cold, so you'll need warm gear. And most of the tour will be out on the Arctic tundra, except for a couple days. And so almost the whole Arctic tundra is just full of beautiful wildlife and mountains and beautiful scenery. And yeah, everything will be worth the cost.
Inuvik has 2 national forests and a lot of beautiful animals, and it is full of mountains and lakes. As pictured here, some snowy mountains, and there is a lot of open space as shown on the right, but as shown in the middle, there's a lot of cute little wildlife.
Okay, so here's our video on the trip. Sites. As you can see in the video, a lot of the trip is with the reindeer, and you will be riding on snowmobiles throughout the whole trip.
That's your way of transportation, pretty much. So in the first day, they're going to be driving down a scenic road called the Mackenzie Ice Road, and then they're going to go out on snowmobiles after taking a quick class on how to drive a snowmobile. And then they're going to go see reindeer. A big pack of reindeer is out there, and they go see them. It's pretty fun. Might see Rudolph or something.
So at the end of the day, they will, they're supposed to say hotel. So they're gonna have dinner, and then they're gonna look at the area, and then they're gonna go to their hotel and go to sleep.
And we didn't choose the hotel. The tour came with a hotel that it wasn't described on their website, but
It's
the
pretty
hotel.
good. Okay, day 3 is, we should say that it's even better than the second day. So as you said before, the whole trip is through with snowmobiles. And so at the beginning of the day, you'll wake up and you'll have breakfast. Then you'll leave and go to the village of Tukatoya. And right after that, you'll have a great time, and you can take photos. There's a great slot of time for that. And after that, you'll eat dinner. And while you're eating dinner, an elder will talk to you about all their amazing culture of the Native Americans that lived there, or Native Canadians. And after that, you will go and try on Native clothing.
So for the 4th day, they're going to be snowmobiling first. So on the 4th day, they're going to go snowmobiling. It's going to take a few hours to Whaling Camp, and when they go there, they're going to learn about the whaling camps and how things are run, what they do there. And then they're going to be taught how to play traditional games, and they're going to view the beautiful aurora borealis, and that's kind of like the northern lights. It's big and it's beautiful and it's in the sky and it's
Day 5, so every day of the whole time you will have breakfast prepared for you in the morning. And so then you will go to Herschel Island, as we said before, by snowmobile, and you will participate in an igloo building workshop. And if you want to, if you think that your igloo is good enough, you can spend the night in the igloo instead of going back to the hotel.
I wouldn't pass up the chance to sleep in an igloo. Yeah. And then on the 6th day, they'll have the opportunity to do a variety of things on the island. They'll be seeing wildlife, skating, going ice fishing, various games. They could do archery. They could just take pictures because there's a lot of stuff, or they can just kind of sit back and unwind and just take it all in.
Day 7, you'll have some free time, and you'll go back to the place where how you got to Herschel Island, and then you will fly back to Inuvik, and you will be brought to their hotel for the night.
On day 8, they're going to be able to go around Inuvik, and they're going to get souvenirs and kind of just do whatever they want since they've had a pretty organized trip already. They just get to go back and get their souvenirs. And then they'll be shuttled to the airport where they will take off.
And then day 9, they leave, and then they arrive in Minneapolis the next day.
So the cost of our trip is, I know, very expensive. It's $15,000, but it includes everything. The shuttle, it includes every bit of everything. That's our flat price except for the flight. That's everything. And the flight should cost $2,000 to $3,000 since it's long and it has a pretty fair amount of stops, and that's a round trip cost of the flight. And then we recommend that they bring an extra $100 for souvenirs when they are in Inuvik.
This was the end of the slide. So do you guys have any questions?
A question. First of all, I love the video. That was a great way to see some of the sites that were available there. You mentioned the temperature. So 2 questions. I might have missed it when this trip would be offered as far as the dates. But then, because it is so cold, does the company there supply any winter gear or anything like that?
So they give you most of the gear. All you have to bring would be like a camera and some extra money.
Okay.
You bring what they said on the website. They said you are bringing warm clothing, what you want on the plane, and they said they're providing your big Eskimo suits pretty much because it is about -30 there. So if we were panicking about it, that's their that's their everyday temperature. So they provide everything for all that warmth, and that's all you just bring warm clothing and
We didn't say it in the slide, but you go during like the beginning of January.
10th to 18th.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
This doesn't seem like your typical trip or vacation when you think about planning one. So my question is, who will you be, what kind of audience will you be targeting for this trip? Who are you gonna be seeking out for, getting people interested in this trip? Are you promoting it as kind of a bucket list trip, like once in a lifetime trip, or is there a certain audience you think is really gonna jump on this idea?
So since we're like flying out of Minneapolis, there's a reason for that. It's because we're trying to target executives of Target, and so because we're hoping that Target will pay for their trip because it's supposed to be like a relaxing time and just to have fun.
To add on that, they're going to select 5 randomly selected Target executives who will just get a nice 9-day trip. My aunt works for Target, and she said that you can tell that the executive people of each of Target definitely need a break. They're always like really stressed. She works not as a cashier, but she's like in the higher end of the Target corporation.
I have a couple questions for you guys. It sounds like it's a very adventurous trip, so I think people who go to REI would be probably a good audience for that, but I'm wondering if there's any licenses that would be needed. You're going into national parks, and is that all included within the package, or?
Yeah, that's all included in the package. They take care of all that, all the needs like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they but you would wanna like, of course, a passport to fly and the licenses and things, you get that while you're there, it's included.
All right, and I guess you answered my other question, which was I was wondering if there's any age limitations, because with the snowmobiling and things, I guess you wouldn't be bringing smaller children on this.
And yeah, that's why we decided not to have it be a family trip, because kids can't drive snowmobiles. You can't have a 3-year-old drive a snowmobile across the Arctic tundra. That would not be safe.
Thank you.